practices to stop analysis paralysis. Number 1. Clearly define the outcome you wish to achieve. When you try to make a decision where the problem statement is vague or the outcome you wish to achieve is unclear, don't complain if you spend hours looking at the data but fail to reach a conclusion. You may attribute your inability to make a decision to the complexity of the problem, lack of sufficient inputs, or not having enough data points. But those things are just excuses to avoid facing the truth. You don't know what is it that you want. Ask yourself these questions. What problem do I wish to solve? How do I know if I'm addressing the right problem? What outcome do I wish to achieve? What do I most care about? How would I know if I have achieved the outcome? What's my success criteria? Defining the problem statement clearly and the outcomes you wish to achieve will help you stay focused and ease out the decision-making process. Number 2, become comfortable with good enough. When making a decision, it's good to consider different options, alternative viewpoints, and multiple sources. They prevent your biases, personal beliefs, or other circumstantial constraints from limiting your decision and hence the outcome you achieve. But while having options is good, having a large number of options to choose from can also be overwhelming. The more choices you have, the harder it is to make a decision. The abundance of information and too many choices can lead to indecisiveness. In order to avoid analysis paralysis, be a satisficer. To do this, set boundaries for your research. Don't leave it open-ended. Limit the information to gather, inputs to consider, and set time limits. Set a decision date considering the scope and complexity of the problem to create a sense of urgency. List the pros and cons of each choice and just pick the one that seems to stand out in that moment. Once you have made a decision, don't let your mind consider the possibility of a better one. Being comfortable with good enough isn't about accepting mediocrity. It still requires making a conscious, thoughtful choice, but to do so within boundaries and putting your time and energy into taking action instead of lamenting about the possibility of a better option out there. Number 3, combine data with intuition. When analysis paralysis hits, you become unwilling to commit. You feel stuck because you want to be rational in your choice, and that's fair. But the problem is not rational thinking. It is not knowing when rationality turns into an excuse to overanalyze and put off decision making. Most people either use analytic or intuitive thinking to make a decision because they view them as opposite strategies where one cannot exist with the other. Research indicates otherwise. We make best decisions by combining analytic and intuitive thinking and not using them alone. When you're stuck in analysis paralysis, instead of relying only on data, factor your past knowledge and experience into the decision process. Use the rational part of your brain to consider different choices and combine it with your intuition to make the final decision. Number 4, choose right time of the day to make the decision. A series of small decisions scattered throughout a day may appear harmless, as they demand only a small fraction of our mental energy. But as the day goes on and we continue to expend from a reserve pool of energy, our mental capacity to make decisions start depleting. Unlike physical fatigue, which we can feel and instantly express, the mental fatigue that comes after making multiple decisions is not visible to us. To avoid analysis paralysis for important decisions, align those decisions with the time of the day when your mental capacity to process information is at its peak. By matching the mental demands of the decision with your energy levels, you're less likely to be stuck in an overthinking cycle. Ask yourself these questions before deciding. Is it the best time of the day to make this decision? Do I feel at my best when making this decision? Does everything around me feel more intense than normal? Schedule a slot on the calendar for the time of the day when you'll be at your best to make the decision. Once it shows up, align your brain with your goal by telling it to make the decision without further delay. If you like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.